Hello everybody. My baby's feeling a little sick today, so I'm going to make her a chocolate cake. Hopefully it turns out well. We're going to make it with all vegan, of course, and it's chocolate, no oil added. So instead of oil, I'm going to make it with flax seeds. Usually last time I made it with the golden flax were all but out. So we're going to try it with organic brown flax. The recipe calls for 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So instead of that, I'm going to use 5 tablespoons of flaxseed and 5 tablespoons of water to replace the liquid. And I might as well use up the golden so it doesn't go rancid. Yeah, that's close enough. Just like a coffee grinder. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it a little spin here. And we'll set this to the side. Next we will mix the dry ingredients. 1.5 cups whole wheat flour. Today we're using what we could get at the grocery store. It isn't organic this time, but it's made in Montana and we like that. Dug out Grandma's sterling silver. Gotta use what we got. Our recipe calls for white sugar. I'm going to use 1/2 cup of cane sugar, and I'm going to mix 1/2 cup of maple syrup in with the liquid. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, but I'm just going to use 1/4. It worked out fine last time. And a teaspoon baking soda. Last but not least, we have the cacao. That's going to be 3 tablespoons. Now last time when I did this, I had a little bit of problem with the chocolate or the cacao chunking up. And it really created some problems for me. So I'm going to sift it this time, and this ought to help a lot. Or not. I guess a flour sifter is still the best. We'll go ahead and combine the ingredients now, the dry ingredients. Move the sifter around. Sure smells good. Let's get this wet stuff going. Here's what the flax seed winds up looking like. So that should replace the oil. So we got a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Pouring it over another bowl. Especially this. This is white vinegar. 1 teaspoon. That could soil your whole mess if you dumped it over. And we talked about the sugar, so here's the maple syrup. And 1 cup of water. And just because I like it, I'm going to add tablespoon of molasses. 1 tablespoon. It's just more sugar, unrefined. Give it a whirl with this guy. Last time I mixed in chocolate chips. This time I'm going to use the chocolate chips more as a frosting added to the top. See how that works. We have 65% cacao, and if you look on the back, there's no milk or animal products in it, but it's made in a factory that also uses milk in other processes, so it might be on the equipment. So if you don't want to chance it, you can go ahead and pay the extra for the actual vegan chocolate chips. The recipe would call for an 8-inch cake pan. I have 2 5-inch pans. It just seems more of a personal size for us to share, and then we can have one for tomorrow also. Works out really well. Can't believe I haven't got it dripped all over everything yet. I kind of dished them out a little bit in the middle. I know they're going to rise anyway, but I'm sprinkling 1/4 cup of the chocolate chips on here to melt as a frosting. Hopefully that works out. If it doesn't, well, we'll know then. Got the oven preheated to 350. I'll set the timer for 35 minutes. And we'll just poke them with this toothpick. Let's have a look. Looks like it came out clean to me. Yeah. Yummy. I'm gonna have some banana ice cream to go with this yummy cake. We've got frozen bananas and some frozen pineapple. I don't know if you knew it or not, but we love pineapple. A little bit goes a long ways as far as ice cream goes. That looks like 3.5 bananas. I'm going to just add a little bit of soy milk. You don't have to, it just makes it a little easier to blend. Just a splash. There's some liquid on the bottom. We're lucky enough for our Vitamix to have a frozen dessert selector. It's going to be our dinner tonight. When I made it with the chocolate chips mixed in, it was like the old lava cake we used to make in the old days, that we had to feel guilty about all the fat in it. There's not much guilt here. My bananas weren't 100% frozen, so it's a little bit slippery. Not as frozen as I'd like it. Oh boy. Thank you.
It's almost worth being sick for.